Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan. Perkenalkan, saya Mentari Putri Pramanenda Sinaga, SPDM HUM, dengan NIDN 0006 019308 yang bertugas mengajar sebagai dosen di Politeknik Negeri Kupang, jurusan Administrasi Bisnis, Prodi D3 Administrasi Bisnis. Melalui video ini, izinkan saya untuk menyampaikan PDD UKTPT unsur pengajaran mata kuliah Bahasa Inggris 1 selaku syarat penilaian sertifikasi dosen. Mata kuliah Bahasa Inggris Bisnis 1 merupakan mata kuliah wajib pada Prodi D3 Administrasi Bisnis yang diberikan pada semester 1 dengan bobot 2 SKS. Mata kuliah ini membekali mahasiswa dengan pengetahuan dan keterampilan berkomunikasi dalam bahasa Inggris yang digunakan di lingkungan bisnis dan perkantoran. Materi mencakup kemampuan komunikasi lisan dan tulisan, korespondensi bisnis, public relation, notulensi, presentasi, dan komunikasi bisnis melalui telepon maupun email. Mahasiswa juga dilatih untuk memanfaatkan teknologi perkantoran dan aplikasi digital untuk mendukung penyusunan dokumen dan komunikasi bisnis secara profesional. Melalui pembelajaran berbasis praktik dan studi kasus, mahasiswa diharapkan mampu menerapkan bahasa Inggris secara efektif, mandiri, dan profesional sesuai dengan kebutuhan dunia usaha, dunia kerja, dan industri. Kemampuan yang diharapkan pada akhir semester terdiri dari 3 aspek, yaitu dimulai dengan memahami penggunaan bahasa Inggris dalam lingkup bisnis dan perkantoran, lalu memiliki pengetahuan dan keterampilan berbahasa Inggris dalam lingkup bisnis, dan yang terakhir adalah mampu berkomunikasi menggunakan bahasa Inggris secara lisan maupun tulisan dalam lingkup dan konteks bisnis. Capaian pembelajaran mata kuliah ini terdiri dari beberapa poin. Yang pertama, menjelaskan konsep dasar komunikasi bisnis serta etika komunikasi lintas budaya dalam bahasa Inggris. Kedua, menggunakan kosakata, ungkapan, dan ekspresi tata bahasa Inggris yang tepat dalam komunikasi bisnis baik lisan maupun tulisan. Selanjutnya, menyusun dokumen komunikasi bisnis berbahasa Inggris seperti email, memo, surat, notulen rapat yang sesuai dengan kaidah penulisan profesional. Lalu mempraktikkan komunikasi lisan dalam berbagai situasi bisnis seperti menerima tamu, menerima telepon, ataupun mempresentasikan bahasa Inggris secara singkat. Lalu memanfaatkan perangkat komputer, aplikasi perkantoran, dan multimedia untuk menghasilkan dokumen dan presentasi bisnis. Kemudian menganalisis penggunaan strategi komunikasi bisnis berbahasa Inggris dalam berbagai situasi profesional. Terakhir, menunjukkan kemampuan berkomunikasi bisnis yang terintegrasi dengan komunikasi lisan, tulisan, dan teknologi perkantoran dalam bahasa Inggris. Materi pembelajaran pada mata kuliah ini terdiri dari 10 topik bahasan besar. Dimulai dengan Introduction to Business English and Cross-Cultural Business English, kemudian Business Vocabulary, Expressions and Grammar, lalu Business Memo, Emails and Letters, diikuti Telephone Skills, Meetings, Negotiation, Business Presentation, penggunaan Microsoft Office for Business English, Handling Complaints, and Company Product. Teknik pembelajaran pada mata kuliah ini disampaikan sejak awal kuliah melalui kontrak kuliah. Kontrak kuliah memuat hak dan kewajiban serta tata tertib yang harus disepakati antara dosen dan mahasiswa. Kemudian diikuti dengan penjelasan RPS yang memuat rincian materi pada satu semester mata kuliah Bahasa Inggris Bisnis 1. Jumlah pertemuan pada mata kuliah ini yaitu 16 kali pertemuan dengan rincian 14 kali tatap muka, 1 kali UTS, dan 1 kali UAS. Asesmen pada mata kuliah ini terdiri dari 4 aspek, yaitu 60% diambil dari partisipasi mahasiswa yang dinilai melalui observasi di dalam kelas. Kemudian 5% dari tugas mandiri dan kelompok, 15% dari UTS, dan 20% dari kelas. Dalam mata kuliah ini, dosen menerapkan beberapa metode yang mendukung pendekatan outcome-based education, sehingga mahasiswa tidak hanya menguasai teori, tapi juga dapat menerapkan dan mempraktekannya bersama teman di dalam kelas. Adapun media yang digunakan seperti LCD, PowerPoint, papan tulis, spidol, learning platforms, aplikasi kuis, dan juga absensi emis. Beberapa metode yang diterapkan pada mata kuliah ini seperti ceramah, yaitu dosen menyampaikan materi dan juga contoh pendalaman, kemudian tanya jawab, yaitu partisipasi antara mahasiswa dan dosen untuk memberikan klarifikasi, lalu small discussion di mana mahasiswa bertukar pikiran untuk memecahkan masalah, lalu role play di mana mahasiswa memerankan situasi komunikasi bisnis. Selanjutnya ada simulation, yaitu melakukan praktek dalam situasi yang sebenarnya. Dan terakhir ada presentasi, di mana mahasiswa menunjukkan hasil proyek baik individu maupun kelompok. Proses perkuliahan pada mata kuliah ini diawali dengan opening, tentunya dengan salam, doa, dan pengecekan absensi melalui aplikasi emis. Selanjutnya akan melakukan review materi pada minggu lalu dan mengkaitkannya pada materi yang akan disampaikan pada hari ini. Sebelum menyampaikan materi inti, tentunya dosen akan menyampaikan apa tujuan dari pembelajaran hari itu. Setelah materi inti disampaikan, akan diberikan pendalaman contoh dan juga latihan. Sebelum materi ditutup, tentu harus mereview apa saja yang sudah dipelajari pada hari itu, kemudian mengevaluasi pemahaman mahasiswa, dan terakhir adalah memberikan kesimpulan. Setelah ini, mari kita simak video pembelajaran mata kuliah saya.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Happy to see you again. Welcome to my class and happy Monday. Are you ready to start the class?
Yes.
Okay, is everybody here? Sudah semua di sini? Cek dulu ya. Okay, please open your emis. I will see your present. Lihat dulu who is not in here. Okay, I think everybody is already here. Okay, to start the class, let's pray together. Ready to pray? Let's start. Amen. Well, before I start the material, I would like to ask you first. What is our previous material? Good. Right. And one more? Models. Nah, today we will focus on the use of the models in the certain topic. Jadi kita ada models yang akan kita praktekkan hari ini. Masih ingat nggak model seperti would, could, and may? That's nice. So, can you guess what are we going to talk today? There is a woman with many hands. Yeah, about telephone skills. And can you guess what is her profession? What is her job? Yeah, customer service. Any else? Somebody? Oh yeah, receptionist, secretary, and it can be administrator or operator. Yeah. So today we are going to learn about telephone skills because at the end of the lesson or at the end of your study in here, of course you will work, right? You can work at the office, at the company. You may be at the secretary's personal assistant or operator, and your job may be one day to handle phone calls. So at the end of the learning, you will overcome any fears. Jadi nggak takut lagi untuk angkat telepon in English. And then after that, you will be able to answer, untuk menjawab, and take a message. Take a message itu artinya kamu menulis pesan, mereka meninggalkan pesan dan kamu akan menyampaikan pesan tersebut kepada bosmu, or manajermu, or your supervisor. Okay. In this topic, we will learn two situations ya, teman-teman ya. Jadi kita akan fokus kepada dua situasi. In the first one, the recipient is available. Artinya, when you are the secretary or operator, you will check your manager, your boss or supervisor is in the room, is in the office or not. If it is in the office, it means you transfer the call. Jadi kamu mentransfer telepon dari luar ke dalam. But you also learn the situation number 2 when your manager, your boss is not in the office. It means you have to take a message. Kamu harus menerima pesan dari luar itu untuk disampaikan ke bosmu nanti. Understood? Yes. Nah, and then your role in here, you are not students ya. Imagine you are receptionist or FO. FO apa ya? Front office, right? Or maybe an administrator, operator, or secretary. Ready? Okay. Next slide. This is the situation number 1. So I need 3 students. Jadi minta 3 students to read as a receptionist, and then caller, sama nanti ada one more role lagi. Siapa mau? Anyone volunteer? Oke, 1, 2, satu lagi, the last one. Nanti ada satu lagi terakhir. Oke, thank you. Ready to read? Farida, Yasmi, and okay. Let's start with Farida ya.
All right. Good morning. Thank you for calling Mega Corporation. This is Sarah speaking. How may I help you?
Good.
Good morning. My name is David from Jaya Solutions Ltd. I'd like to speak with someone in the sales department regarding your new office equipment.
Certainly, Mr. David. Who would like to talk to?
I'd like to speak with Miss Jennifer, please.
Certainly. Please hold the line while I transfer your call to Miss Jennifer.
Thank you. Next one, the internal call.
Hello, Miss Jennifer. I have Mr. David from Jaya Solutions on the line. He'd like to discuss your new office equipment. Are you available to take the call?
Yes, please. Put in through.
Thank you. Thank you for waiting, Mr. David. I'm transferring your call now.
Okay, give applause to your friends. I will emphasize to the bold sentences ya. Jadi yang bold itu the important expressions you have to say when answer the call. Of course, kalau angkat telepon harus good morning atau good afternoon. It means you greet ya. Kamu menyapa. And of course, offer your help. When you say, how may I help you? And then the caller will answer and blah blah blah. And then you have to make sure siapa nih yang mau bicara. Kamu harus tanya, who would you like to talk to? Mau bicara dengan siapa, Pak? And then he or she will answer to speak to Miss Jennifer or who, maybe your boss or your supervisor. And then karena kamu mau minta waktu untuk, oke Pak, tahan dulu ya, saya akan cek apakah beliau ada. It means you have to say, please hold the, Nah, after that you make internal call. Internal call is when you call from your department to another department, but in one company. So you call your supervisor and then you say, I have Mr. XXX or Miss XXS from blah 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 on the line, and then your boss, your manager will answer, and then you will transfer the call by saying, I'm transferring the call. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. From situation number 1, do you understand? Yes. Thank you. So I will move to the first situation is already clear. So we move to the second situation. Please listen to the recording, ya.
Thank you for calling ABC Company. How may I help you?
Hello, my name is Dave Smith from Akebono Press. May I speak with Jim Thomas, please?
Just a moment. I'll see if he's available. I'm sorry, but Mr. Thomas is out of the office right now.
Oh, I see.
May I take a message?
Or,
Would you like to leave a message?
yes, please. Please ask him to call me back at 800-123-4567.
Okay, Mr. Smith. I will give him the message.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling.
Okay. So according to the recording, this is the situation 1, which is different from situation 2 ya. Situation 2 is different from situation 1. In situation 1, you transfer the call, but in this situation, you take a message. Jadi, your boss or your supervisor is not available. According to this conversation, there is a caller, penelponnya ya, and then the receptionist. He is looking for somebody. Do you remember the name? Mr. Yeah, Mr. Smith. He is looking, he wants to talk to Mr. Smith, but Mr. Smith is available or not?
No.
Ya, dia tidak available ya. Dia maybe out of the office. And then, what the receptionist doing? Dia nawarkan apa? Ya, ask to leave a message ya. So, he leave the message for Mr. Smith. Do you remember the message? To call him back. Okay, great. Now I will show you the steps when you handle the phone call, like situation number 1. Okay, these are the steps when you answer that kind of call ya. Pertama, of course, tadi kita sudah bahas about greet, state the company or division. So you have to say your division like HR department or finance department and your name. Like Mentari speaking, ya. Nah, these are the examples, the expressions you will say. Kamu boleh choose aja ya. Which one the easiest for you? Like, thank you for calling ABC company. How may I help you? Or you can use this one. Good morning, fly away travel. Angela speaking. How can I help you? Okay. And then, because your boss is not available, you should say you should apologize because he is not available by saying, I'm sorry, but Mr. Thomas, for example, is out of the office right now. Next step is offer to take a message. You may choose one of them. You can say, may I take a message? Or would you like to leave a message? It's up to you. And don't forget to verify the message. Because you have to make sure the message is correct. Harus betul ya, itu pesannya. So you can say, I will repeat your message. Thank you. And that you ask Mr. John to double check the documents. Jadi apa isi daripada pesannya. And then if it is necessary, you can ask the caller's number and name. Kalau misalnya kalian tidak tahu namanya atau dia tidak memberitahu, you may ask ya. May I know who am I speaking to? And then could I take down your name and number please? And after that, when everything is clear, you may end the call by saying, okay, Mr. Smith, I will give him the message. Thank you for calling. So from the beginning until the end, you already learned the steps. Any questions? Yes, please. What's your name?
My name is Valencia, ma'am.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, if the caller doesn't tell his name, how to ask politely?
Okay. So if it is call from outside your company, not in your department, maybe you need to know their name. So you may say, excuse me, or may I know your name? May I ask your name? Ya.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for your question. Maybe any other question? Yes, please.
My name is Ingrid. If the caller leave a message, so we ask their phone number.
Okay, phone number. If the call comes from other company and it's your maybe your potential client, I think it's important to ask their personal contact. So you can call him back. Okay, is it clear? Thank you. Now let's practice. I have a scenario in here. You as a secretary in HR department receive an internal call from another department. But the person he wants to talk to is not in the office. So according to this scenario, you will practice situation number 1 or number 2? Yes, that's right. Number 2 ya. Jadi tidak bosnya or your manager is not available, so you use situation number 2. Okay, I will give you 2 until 5 minutes to work with your pairs. Jadi kerja berdua-dua ya. Okay, let's start. I will show you these expressions. So you may use these expressions ya. Any problem? Okay. Any question from here?
No, ma'am.
Okay, good. So after this, I need 2 students to read their dialogue. Ya. So prepare your own dialogue. Okay, everybody, time is up. It's your time to practice to read your dialogue with your friends. Anyone who wants to? Okay.
Yan, Ibnu, ma'am.
Okay, time is yours.
Right. Good morning, HR department. Lena speaking. How can I help you?
Morning, this is Ibnu from Finance Department. To speak to Mr. Rudy.
Sure, please hold the line.
Thanks.
I'm sorry, Mr. Rudy is not available at the moment. Would you like to leave a message?
Sure, please tell him that I have already sent approval email.
I will repeat your message that you want Mr. Rudy to check his email because you already emailed him.
That's right.
Is there anything I can help?
No thanks.
Thank you for calling. I will pass your message to Mr. Rudy.
Thank you. Okay, good job for both of you. So before I close the class, I need to confirm that you really understand my material. I will play the quiz. Okay. So in here, I have 6 questions to ensure that you really understand our topic today. Ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone can answer ya. Mr. Smith wants Mr. Thomas to? Really? Coba, you come here and click. Come on. Run. Yay! Ready for number 2. Come on, number 2. Run. Yay, nice. Okay, next, number 3. Run. Great. Number 4. Thank you. Number 5. Click, please. Yay. And the last one? Please answer. Yeah, very good. The end. Okay. Now let's open again. Okay, let's summarize our session before I leave the class. So what do we learn today? Any points from you? Yeah, it's about telephone skills. How to answer the call, how to end the call. Great. Maybe the last point? Well, I'm sure you already understand about this material, and I hope it's applicable next for the next meeting or maybe for the next project. Thank you so much for your time and cooperation. See you next meeting. Demikianlah rangkaian kegiatan dari saya. Saya ucapkan terima kasih.